Hi friends, it's Miss Couch, your teaching artist from KidSmart, and I wanted to share with you something cool I discovered. I've been thinking about Vincent van Gogh and his painting Starry Night, which I will show you. This is a picture of Van Gogh's Starry Night, and I will zoom in. I made another video showing a lot of links if you want to learn about this painting and about the artist Vincent van Gogh. But I've been thinking about the little dashes that he made with his paint and the way they look like little crayon marks to me. And I was thinking, how could I make some art with my crayons that look like this? So I tried something with stuff around my house that I want to share with you. All right. Let me go back to my video. Okay, so I was trying to figure out what can I do so that my crayons are kind of warm and they will be a little bit thick and melty on the paper. And I want to show you what I used. So 3 things. This is a cookie sheet, and you can see I wrapped it in foil. So you're going to have to ask permission to have a cookie sheet and foil, and maybe have a grown-up help you wrap it up. That'll make cleanup so easy. And what did I use to make my surface warm? Well, I have a heating pad. So I lay my heating pad down on my table, and my table's plastic, but it's not going to melt. So you might need a grown-up to help you find the right table, or you might put a towel under your heating pad. So I have a heating pad, and I turned it up to as high as it was go, number 6, which feels very nice to my hands. And I know if I put it on my back, that would feel very nice too. Then I put my cookie sheet wrapped in tinfoil down and just a white piece of paper down on top of it. Then I needed to wait a couple minutes. I needed to wait 2 or 3 minutes for the surface to get a little bit warm. And then I decided I would start experimenting with these crayons being a little bit melty and a little bit soft, and make some dashes and see what I could do. So I found some more of my crayons. So I have some more colors than I had before. Not all my crayons are in good shape. You know, here I have a little sad little broken purple, but that does not matter. You can see my white crayon has broken like 2 times. I have little white crayons. I found some more blue crayons, which made me excited for Starry Night. I have a big yellow crayon, but no wrapper, but that turned out to be good to have no wrapper. I think this is some purple too. So, I also posted a link to another artist's tutorial on using crayons to make Starry Night, and I thought he had some good ideas. So I will move the camera down and do a little drawing so you can see the paper. So one thing he did was I'm only going to work on the sky part. I'm not going to work on the tree in the town, just the sky. So starting with this line here, there's kind of the hills. kind of go up. And then this is another thing I learned. Use the flat part of your crayon, not the pointed part. Use the flat part. And here's another layer of hills. This is our horizon line, so it's kind of a smooth, curvy line where the earth meets the sky. But then I go back with short little bursts to make it a little darker. So there's those hills, and I will take some of my darker colors, and I'm gonna use the flat part and make some dashes. I kind of follow the line of the hills, but sometimes I go back and make more like an X or a V to get extra color. And I think even I will add a little bit of brown here and there. And there's some gray I can add. That gray is really nice. And I think a little bit of green. You can see I'm using the flat part. And even I'm gonna add a little bit of black, some black dashes, especially here at the edge. Here. Then, let's see, I think I need some more of this blue dashes in here. And what else? I have some other colors of blue, so maybe a little bit of the lighter blue can go in here. There's another blue. Oops, that looks the same. How about this blue? That's a little bit brighter. And maybe I'll add a little bit of that in here too. So that's pretty good dashes for my hills. I like that. Now I'm going to go up here and put in the moon. And this is the crescent moon that was in the picture. There it is. And I am not worried about these little streaks in here from other colors. I actually think they make the picture nicer. And let's see, got to add some stars. So I'm making some X's where I plan to put the night stars. Maybe one over here. And now I'm going to make a big, this is another curvy line. kind of a swoosh. And I'm going to change my blue and swoosh with another color and change my blue and make a swoosh of another color. I think I'll bring that swoosh around some. And there's my last blue. So I'll do this and I'll do, I think I'll do this. Take around this one. So people have different ideas about the big swoosh in Van Gogh's night sky. Some people say people were really excited at the time that he made this painting about telescopes and what they were able to see, and drawings that scientists were making of what was far out there, like belts of stars that people didn't know you could see in masses instead of in straight line, in little separate ones. So you can see, even though I'm making these lines heavier, now I'm doing it with short bursts of color instead of one long line. I'm doing something that's more like dashes in the sky. Let's see, around my stars, I need to make kind of circles of dashes like this. You can see I'm kind of like a stop sign shape I'm making around them. Some dashes kind of stick out a little funny like that. Like this. Oh, and I gotta make one around the moon also. There we go, around the moon. Now all my stars are circled. Now I'm going to fill in the sky with some dashes. Changing my crayon every once in a while. That looks the same. And I'm going to go around my stars and not through the stars. Go around. And here's some more. Lots of dashes in the sky until I fill it up. And even I can make my dashes cross each other, make little X's, and that's okay. I'm even going to use a little bit of purple here and there, just to make some spots of the sky darker. And even I can take a black crayon and just a couple places make the sky a little darker, maybe here on the edge. But mostly I'm just taking the flat part of my crayon and doing all of these different parts of the sky with all these dashes. All right, then I have this yellow-green color, but it's really very yellow. So I'm gonna add some fill-in parts in between my star and its circle around it. I'm adding some of that. And this makes my crayons really like super soft to color with. And I don't have to press very hard but it kind of acts like I am. Then I think I better put a little bit of color for the sky here in the middle. Okay. More dashes, all directions. Really got to fill up the sky with all of these dashes until they're close together, just like down here in my mountains. All right, so I'm going to switch over to another one that I have been working on. Here we go. So here you can see when you're starting and you're thinking, oh man, I have so much to do. And here you can see one that I've been working on a while. And I want to show you what I learned is so cool with this melted surface. I'm going to put in a couple more dashes here. This is a color I didn't really use before. All right, now I'm going to take my white crayon and I'm going to use like the flat side of the crayon and I'm going to rub it over my picture and the way the dashes are. I've already gone around the moon. I've already gone around the stars. Here's where my swirl in the sky is. So I'm going to kind of go, you know what I think? I think my swirl in the sky, whoops, could use a little yellow in it. Okay. So here we go. You can see I'm using my white crayon, going all these different marks, and it scoots them together, blends them. It's a really cool effect. And I'm going to reveal to you now, also in the video that I did earlier, I talked about how Vincent van Gogh drew this picture because it was just what he saw when he looked out the window or when he was sitting in the courtyard, that, you know, he saw the village and the tree and the sun, the moon, I mean, and stars. And I was thinking about what is it that I see all the time in my house right now, since I'm spending all the time in my house. So I'm going to show you the drawing that I made, and in it I pretended that there was a painting of Starry Night painted on the wall in my kitchen. So here we go. Here is Starry Night, as if it was painted on my kitchen wall back behind my stovetop. And what is the star of the painting front and center? My favorite cast iron skillet that I use to cook something in almost every night while we are home. So even though I just have a plain white wall in my kitchen, I like to imagine that I have a little bit of beauty, like this starry night while I'm cooking. So you can see you can even use other colors, not just the white, to smear some things around. And go all the way out to the edges of your circles when you're doing your stars. Here's an example of what I'm talking about. Start in the center with your circle and go around till you get a little bit of streakiness. And that's how I did my stars. Here's another one. Till it blends in. And here's the moon. I'll start with this center and go all the way out until I have all of that in my circle. So that is my project on having a warm surface to make my crayons smooth and melty. Let's see what happens when I do these mountains and all of these colors that are so close together get blended with this white crayon. And of course, I don't have to use the white crayon. I'll switch when I do the bottom hill. So here's the top hill, the purple hill. I use the white to blend it. I'll use gray down here where maybe it's a little more shadowy in the next hill down. So here's my gray blending together all the colors. This is more like regular coloring and less like the dashes when you are blending. And I am moving the crayon sometimes up and down. Sometimes I want the swirls. Sometimes I want little jagged lines. All right. There you go, friends. I hope you can find some things around the house. I also read that if you have an old warming plate, those work well to tape your paper down and color on there, just about the same level of warmth as a hot pad, not too hot to hurt you. I probably wouldn't do an electric skillet because they can get really hot enough to burn food, and that would be hot enough to burn your hands. So you might be able to do a little bitty picture though if you have a wax melter or cup warmer in the house. They're only about that big, like for a coffee mug, but you could do a little picture on that. That would be cool with your melting wax. I hope everybody is staying safe and staying healthy, eating lots of vegetables and other good foods. And I hope I will see you soon. Bye.